Let me start with a confession. For many years people have asked me, Mr. Graham, what is money? They expect a complicated answer, some grand formula from my classroom at Columbia, or a secret code whispered only on Wall Street. But the truth is simpler than you might think. Money isn't wealth. Money is merely a claim, a symbol, a receipt of sorts. A little certificate that says, this individual has contributed something of value. And here's where most people trip. They chase the receipts rather than the value. Let me ask you, would you rather own the map or the territory it describes? The ticket or the play itself? The receipt or the meal? Exactly. Value comes first. Money follows. Hey, if you're into real down-to-earth money talks and mindset shifts that actually teach you something, go ahead and hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell. Point 1. The invisible wealth. I grew up in a modest home. My father passed when I was young, and my family struggled through lean years. At the age when most boys thought of toys, I thought of survival. That hardship taught me a truth no classroom could provide. Your mind is your greatest asset. You can lose your possessions. You can lose your fortune. I nearly lost mine in the great crash of 1929, when the market seemed to fall faster than a piano dropped from a rooftop. But the one thing no storm can sweep away is your ability to think clearly. If you've trained your mind, disciplined it to question, to reason, to calculate, you can always rebuild. And if you haven't, then fortune, no matter how large, will vanish like sand through your fingers. Let me pose a question. How much have you actually invested in the 6 inches between your ears? Stocks, bonds, real estate? Fine. But what of your own judgment? Because, my friends, everything you now see, skyscrapers, factories, even the chair you sit on, began first as an idea in someone's mind. The visible wealth you admire is only the shadow of the invisible. Point 2. Associations matter. Permit me a moment of bluntness. You will not rise higher than the company you keep. In my years teaching at Columbia, I watched dozens of students pass through my classroom, some brilliant, some less so. But what separated the extraordinary from the ordinary wasn't only intellect, it was association. Take Warren Buffett, one of my former students. Now, I don't claim his billions, I wish I could. But I will say this, part of his success was choosing his companions wisely. He sought mentors, he listened, he learned, and he surrounded himself with minds that lifted him up rather than dragged him down. It's like this, you cannot expect to learn the violin if your daily companions are tone deaf. You cannot become virtuous by dining nightly with scoundrels, and you cannot become wise by keeping company only with the foolish. Ask yourself, are those around you elevating your thinking, or quietly eroding it? Because a poor association will sink you faster than any bear market ever could. Point 3. Opportunity knocks quietly. I once remarked that in the stock market, the investor's chief problem and his worst enemy is likely to be himself. Why? Because opportunity rarely arrives in golden armor. It comes disguised as discouragement, as hard work, as patience tested to its limit. Consider the crash of '29. While most men saw ruin, a few saw seeds. Stocks that were once absurdly priced became, at last, cheap. The crowd fled in panic, but the patient, disciplined investor found bargains. Yet here is the paradox. When opportunities are greatest, they look most unattractive. When they are safest, they look most frightening. So I ask you, will you train your mind to see past appearances, or will you run with the herd and trample your own future? Point 4. Jobs versus work. Now let's address another common confusion. Jobs and work. Your job is what you're paid to do. Your work is what you were meant to do. I taught, I wrote, I analyzed. Those were my jobs. But my work, that was something deeper. It was helping people see through the fog of speculation and learn to think for themselves. It was showing young minds how to distinguish between price and value, between speculation and investment, between fashion and substance. Let me give you a humorous truth. Wall Street is full of men working very hard at jobs that contribute little to the world, beyond noise and paper profits. They have jobs. But work, that is rarer. Ask yourself honestly, Are you only earning a paycheck, or are you building something that will outlive you? Point 5. Where wealth hides. If you remember nothing else I say, remember this: wealth is not hidden from you. It is hidden in plain sight. It hides in value, in creating something the world needs, not merely in trading slips of paper. It hides in associations, in choosing friends and mentors who sharpen your mind. It hides in patience, in waiting for opportunity when others are blinded by fear or greed. It hides in vision, in finding work that is not just a job but a calling. It hides in problems, because every fortune was once the answer to someone's difficulty. Wealth in the truest sense is not measured by your bank balance, but by your resilience, your wisdom, and the integrity of your character. So I leave you with a final question. Are you chasing receipts, or are you creating value? Because if you train your mind, choose your companions, seize your opportunities, and find your true work, the receipts, the money, will come. But more importantly, you will have built something no storm, no market, and no time can ever take away. That, my friends, is real wealth. If this video brought you value, or stirred something in you, give it a like, subscribe and share it with someone who needs to hear this. Videos like this take weeks of research, writing, and care to create. Don't just watch and go away. Drop your thoughts in the comments section. I'd love to hear what stuck with you the most.